So all you need to do is listen to what people are talking about to understand if they're propelling you to a greater level of success or if they're pulling you down. And if people aren't enthusiastic, they aren't excited, they aren't talking about the future, it's because they're confused about the opportunity or they're unwilling to make the commitment to do what's necessary to win for themselves, their families, and the people that follow them. Good morning. Welcome to 10X Business Boot Camp. You guys excited about kicking off 2023 with a bang? Let's go. If you are, I want to hear a 10X. All right, so we're going to be talking about how to do that. How many of you, this is your first time to a 10X Business Boot Camp? It's a good number of you here. How many is this is your first 10X event ever? Awesome. Well, welcome. We love getting new people here. We love building relationships and watching people flourish once they start working with us. So very excited to have you here. I'm really excited about 2023. You know, as we get into this and kick this thing off, I just want to mention that 2023 is going to be one of the single best years ever for expansion. So you're listening to the news on the economy, and interest rates are high, and the economy is struggling, and supply chain logistics, and we're going into a recession, and it's just getting pounded and pounded and pounded into the average person who's spending their time, energy, and effort listening to that. What I can tell you is that we just helped a kid who is 24 years old buy his boss's $17 million business for no money down on a 7-year note 9 months ago, and we ended the year at almost 30 million. He only worked in that company for 3 years. So why would a business owner sell their business for no money down, paid out over a long period of time? The answer is that if you went through 08, 9, 10, when you listened to Jared talk about what Grant weathered, and all of a sudden you bumped up against COVID in 2000 after having a good run, fortunately the government bailed a lot of those business owners out. A lot of them see that it isn't going to happen going forward, and they're tired. You know, the average age of the successful business owner is baby boomer age. And the percentile, 60% of them are up towards retirement age, and they don't have an exit strategy. This morning, we're gonna be talking about money. And a lot of you have these false beliefs about what's possible. And what I want for you when you leave here on Sunday is to just entirely dismantle any false beliefs that you might have carried into this room or that people at home that you love and appreciate and depend on have for you. And you always know what somebody's belief system is because what you think is what you say is what you do, and what you do is what you're known for. So all you need to do is listen to what people are talking about to understand if they're propelling you to a greater level of success or if they're pulling you down. And if people aren't enthusiastic, they aren't excited, they aren't talking about the future, it's because they're confused about the opportunity or they're unwilling to make the commitment to do what's necessary to win for themselves, their families, and the people that follow them. As we start talking about money, we're talking about it from the standpoint that if you have a limited thought process about money, you will have a limited result in getting money. If you expand your thinking about money, you'll expand your activities, you'll expand your awareness that will draw money to you, because what you think about is what you talk about is what you're known for. And so you got to be thinking about how you're going to create money versus complaining that things are so bad there's no money. Jared said it, I'm a growth and scaling expert. And when I see fear, stress, anxiety in the marketplace, it's an indicator to me that there's an unbelievable buying opportunity, because it's not going to be easy to build a business. People had a free run for the last 10, 12 years. You actually have to put some strategy behind it. We're going to get into how to make a lot of money, but first of all, we're going to understand the biggest implication in building a business is that people need to know how to make money, or they don't have the inspiration and the ambition to go push for something bigger, better, and more substantive tomorrow than they have today. And your number one problem in business is people. There is no great business that was ever built, ever, by one person. Think of the greatest companies in the world. Now, you have some brilliant people, but if you think of the biggest, most valuable companies in the world, there's not only one person that's built that. So if we know that that is the multiplier to creating wealth, then becoming experts on people and understanding what drives people, what inspires people, Because here's the thing, this is a money issue. So we're gonna be talking about your business. We're gonna be talking about you as a producer. If you can't demonstrate, or your business can't demonstrate how to make money, why would good, high quality people work with you? As I watch businesses grow and scale, and all of a sudden the business owners start making money. They get to 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5. They go out and buy their new truck. They go out and buy their new boat. They go out and buy their new car, but their employees are still making the same amount of money. And they're watching the business owner spend the money, and then the business owner doesn't have the money for the employees. Now, when that's the scenario, who are the first people you're gonna lose? Your highest producing, best people. So having an investment strategy for your business and for your people is a necessity if you're gonna grow and scale and create massive value. Because as we get into the statistics, the number one issue for people, for everyday human beings, is money. Gallup poll does a survey every single year, and it says out of 100 million workers, 2/3 are disengaged, 18% are actively disengaged. They actually admit that they're undermining the company they're working at. Now that means if you have 10 people on your payroll, there's 2 that are probably pulling the other 4 or 5 down. And NIOPs, negative influence of other people, is more powerful than PIOPs, positive influence of other people, which is why that bottom 18% can persuade up to 60%, 70% of your company. Who has more than 10 employees in this room? Okay, so you understand that those employees are being persuaded, and the persuasion's happening when you're not in the room. So if you want a high-powered, highly inspired, highly ambitious, and a highly executing team, you have to leave here, go home, and do something to pull those people up to show them how to make money.